Today is the last day of May, and before I jump into June, I want to spend a few minutes reflecting on what worked and what didn't, and what I'm taking into the next month. So I'm stepping into my A5 complete. This is the academic, so it's just going to be starting in July, but I'm getting into here now because there are extra blank pages that I could repurpose for June. So first of all, let's go and do a May review. So I've got a page set up for May. Because it's a new book, I'm just going to prop it up here. It'll be easier to write. All right, so what worked in May? And if you're doing a monthly review and a monthly forward vision, this might be a handy exercise to do as well. So what worked for me in May was consistency and building my channel. So we'll put content and learning new skills. And so that was a new editing software. I began learning Korean, so new language. Spending more time creating definitely worked. The weather got nice, so I was getting outside more. And I would say building better systems. So I'll be talking about the different systems that I implement in future videos. New studio setup. And networking, new connections. What didn't work. So this allows me to reflect on what I can improve for next month. Now this was an easy one because while May was very productive, what happened was that I did overload a little bit, adding too much on the plate. And I think we tend to do that from time to time, taking on too much at once. Not enough sleep. Sleep is a big one for me. And too much sugar as a result of not enough sleep and comfort food. And also with a busy work schedule, convenience food crept in more than it had previous months. So if you've seen my previous videos, I've started a 30-day reset, and this is part and parcel because of the lack of sleep, the too much sugar, and getting off my regular eating. Waiting too long to rest. So again, that goes part and parcel with putting way too much on the plate. Waiting too long to rest for sure. And I think I usually put 3 to 5 things that I need to reflect on and what's worked, what hasn't. So sugar, sleep, taking on too much, waiting too long to rest. So there's a bit of a theme here. And I would say stress. Some stress did creep in with some current matters, some current projects. So stress can creep in if we are taking out too much and we're not looking after our wellness. And I'm speaking for myself here. So letting things drain my energy, let's put it that way. Okay, so these are the things that I really want to take into my future planning. So when I'm doing a focus for the month ahead, I look at what didn't work and where can I implement it and be more mindful moving forward. So for the June focus, here's where I write my different categories. So I look at a few things when I'm doing my goal setting. I'll look at areas like health, personal growth, content, relationships, and life. Now, the other one would be income or work or career. So, here for June, we're getting into summer. So, it's going to be nice, and we'll focus on the health first here. So, for health, we've had a late spring here where I am. So, it's been a little chilly and a little rainy and a little windy. So, we're finally getting really good weather here. So, with my 30-day reset, definitely moving more. So, more walking, more hiking, more time outside. Definitely focusing on that sleep. Less sugar, so getting back to my healthy meal plan. And tracking activity. So one of my 30-day reset focus items is to close my rings on my watch. So track activity. And that would be my health focus. Now, personal growth. So for personal growth, definitely continue creating. Continue my language learning. Focusing on improving my skills. And I would also say try something new. I try and do something new at least once a month. So that makes up 12 new events, adventures, activities in a year. All right, so one of my main project categories is going to be content. So it gets its own heading for June, because here the focus is to stay consistent. Plan ahead. If you're a creator, planning ahead and having a schedule really can take off some stress. Definitely improving thumbnails. I want to focus on that. And definitely improve systems. I'll add one more in here, editing skills. All right, now let's focus on, we'll do some on relationships for this month. Now these can be personal, professional, family, significant other. So more meaningful conversations. And this could be connecting with colleagues, professional connections, or even connecting with friends that you haven't seen more often. So I try to do a certain number every month and make time for that. Definitely part of that would be reaching out more often. We'll get so busy and we think, oh, our friends haven't called us in a while. And at the same time, I often ask, when was the last time I called them, or text, or reached out? So reach out more often, definitely. I would say also be more intentional on my time with people. Be more intentional with time to make sure I'm making time to spend and connect with folks as well. Put one more in here, I would say, for life in general. So a big one is protecting your energy. At the same time, where can I build momentum? Create more space for what matters. Progress doesn't always look dramatic. More often, it's a collection of small decisions that slowly move your life forward.